A clear love letter to classic survival horror, particularly the early Resident Evil titles, Post-Trauma was developed with a deep reverence for the genre's roots. It embraces the iconic fixed camera angles, unsettling environments, and an overarching sense of dread. This nostalgic design choice pays off beautifully in terms of atmosphere. Each room you enter feels like a carefully composed frame from a psychological horror film. Shadows creep just out of sight, and the disjointed camera perspectives keep you on edge, never quite sure what's waiting just beyond the corner. Where Post-Trauma shines most is in its puzzles. Echoing the best of Resident Evil's intricate object-based problem-solving, the game offers players a cerebral challenge that demands attention to detail and a willingness to backtrack. Puzzles often span multiple rooms and rely on environmental clues, cryptic notes, or odd item combinations. However, this complexity comes at a cost. The game sometimes lacks clear guidance or intuitive logic, making solutions feel like a trial and error rather than thoughtful deduction. This can lead to moments of genuine frustration, particularly when progression is bottlenecked behind an obscure mechanic or a missed visual cue. Combat, unfortunately, is not Post-Trauma's strong suit. While the developers clearly intended to prioritize tension and vulnerability, the enemy design and fight sequences fall flat. Encounters lack the visceral weight or strategic edge found in genre heavyweights. The enemies feel more like obstacles than threats, and the combat mechanics, clunky by design but not particularly engaging, do little to elevate those moments. As a result, these sections often interrupt the game's pacing rather than intensify the horror. Despite these shortcomings, Post-Trauma manages to carve out a respectable place for itself in the indie horror space. We're going to rate Post-Trauma a 6 out of 10. For fans of old-school survival horror, it's a satisfying, if occasionally maddening, experience. The puzzles are thoughtfully designed, even if their execution can be overly opaque. The enemy encounters might leave you underwhelmed, but the atmosphere and nostalgia-driven design made it a worthy entry into the genre. Just prepare to spend some time scratching your head and maybe consulting a walkthrough or two. Subscribe button for future reviews and gameplay.